What's up, guys? Welcome to the American Horror Story After Show for Hotel right here on the stream.tv. Episode number 3. My name is Xavier Brinkman.
Hey guys, I'm Kristin Carole. Good to be back.
Yeah, I know. And to our left, we have an extremely special guest, Franco Barberis. How are you, man?
Good, good.
Did I say that right?
Yes, yes, you did.
Well, you may now recognize him as Officer Pena.
Officer Pena, thanks for having me
Yeah,
on.
of course,
Episode
man.
2.
So we are absolutely stoked to have you on here. This is just like the coolest, like the wall breakdown of American Horror Story.
We're gonna
for
pick
us.
your
Like,
brain on
exactly.
everything
So
American Horror
if you
Story
see on your
Hotel.
screen, this is Franco standing with Wes Bentley. Tell us about your experience, man.
That picture was actually taken by the lady who owned the house.
Oh, right.
So we were in the back. You can kind of see the 2 chairs that they had for us back there.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't know who either of us were.
Yeah.
So she assumed we were both kind of famous. So I kept telling her, like, no, he's the famous one. He was like an American Beauty. And, so she was a really nice lady, and she just thought it was cool that I was, because she's a Mexican lady, that it was a Hispanic playing a cop.
Right,
Versus the usual.
So
like,
she was favoring you over.
she just thought it was cool that I was a police officer instead of a criminal.
That's cool. Yeah, and tell us about your role that you had on the show.
So I play Officer Pena, who's anyone who saw episode 2, or I guess they can watch it later. There is a flashback scene, and it's pretty kind of a gruesome crime scene, and I'm giving him the information as to what we think happened, kind of my theory of what happened, and then he kind of checks around, and then he figures out that I was wrong.
Oh,
So.
damn it, man! That's a killer role right
Detective
there.
John, he just knows
Ryan
things.
Murphy
Say
could've-
something.
He schooled you.
Could have
And
at
then I
least
was
made it
wrong,
right.
yeah.
But anyway, guys, so we're going to get into it, and we're going to have this legend who's going to give us all the goss on as much as he can, really, just on how everything was shot and sort of behind the scenes. I mean, like when we were watching it, Franco was saying some really cool stuff. Just, I guess, like after you've been on the set, you sort of start looking at things differently, you know, with your actions and cuts, which we don't even think about. For us, it is real life, and there are people dying every day in that hotel.
Lady Gaga is a vampire.
Yeah,
like, you
it's
cannot
real.
convince
So
me
he's
otherwise
helping us
now.
out. But so we're gonna get into the first little part, and that was enter Finn Whitrock going into Evan Peters' hotel room, being like, "Bro, what's up? I know all about you now, and I really like you. I googled you."
I feel like Tristan's only gonna get worse. Like I think March was out of his mind,
Yeah.
but now that Tristan has this newfound power, he's got this crazy mentor. Like I think we've just seen the tip of
Yeah.
like what he's going to do.
Totally. He was, it's almost like Evan Peters has found his protege, right? And he was I feel like he did a really good job of acting it. He was very turned on by it. He's like, wow, this is awesome. Like, I've got a whole house full of murder equipment. I will show you everything, right?
Yeah, it was. It's cool how he just basically was calling him out. Just like, I know everything about you, and he just appeared.
I love the Google reference. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But and tell us, man, like you were saying a few things. I mean, we'll probably get to it. But just the shooting style, you were talking about how they sort of get a lot of the shots, and even your experience, how the director wasn't really giving you too much direction. Like, can you give us an idea of what it's like to be on set?
Yeah, it's really cool. Bradley's like super nice director. He just talks to you for a little bit. What their main concern, because at that point everyone is already kind of knows what they're going to do acting wise.
Sure.
So they're very visual. They know exactly what they want, lighting, and very precise on the camera action. So most of the direction that I got was basically just where to stand in relation to where the camera was, because the camera moves. So it's just take after take after take until they get exactly what they want.
Perfect. And you were saying that it took 8 hours to film your scene.
Yeah, and it was like 2-3 minutes on. Yeah, it took 8 hours to shoot that. So.
Oh my god! And another really cool thing you said was when Max Greenfield jumped out. I'm skipping ahead a bit here, guys, but Max Greenfield jumped out. You said there was a really cool camera technique they were using for that.
Yeah, there was. I don't know if you kind of saw because when you're watching as an actor, you also see like the camera moves.
Yeah.
So you saw kind of the steady cam action, the camera moves. So yeah, the I think there's only one person that does the Steadicam
Yeah.
on the show.
And he just whips around and
He's like a magician, yeah. And he's got the focus puller behind him,
Yeah.
and it's very like a choreographed dance.
Really?
Yeah. And if he needs space to move, they move stuff out. Yeah, it's very precise.
And they just let him go crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And he basically, the director kind of tells him what he wants, and that guy's like, all right, I'm going to do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool to watch as an actor. Just another person who's like a master at their field.
Yeah, dude, I can only imagine.
Oh, sorry. I always wonder too with this particular show, because everything is so heavy and it's so dramatic. Is there anything like lighthearted that go on? They're like when the scene is cut, like do you guys celebrate? How does that work?
Yeah, there's a lot of like my interaction for my shoot day was with Wes the whole day, and he's like the nicest dude, super giving as an actor. Yeah, basically chatted with him all day, and then the makeup people that come up to you. So in the house where we're shooting, it was super hot. So they have these things. It's like almost like the handle of a drill with the battery, and then just that like high-powered little fan. So Wes had to wear like a jacket. So right after the take, it's like jacket off, and
they're just fanning him.
yeah. So
It's almost hard to imagine all of this, right?
Yeah.
But getting on to our next point. So what is it? So, all right, correct me here. Chloe Sevigny, right? What do we think of? So the next part was sort of her and going into her backstory. What do you guys think of her? I don't know if I really like her.
I don't really like her because I like John so much, and he's such a likable character, and I feel like, at least for me, I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
And then she sends divorce papers. I mean, I feel like as soon as her son was born, she even said that she loved him more than her husband.
Yeah.
I think it's really difficult then to keep a relationship when you recognize that.
Sure.
So he was never going to win with her.
Definitely. And so we saw, I mean, it was... So I'm still trying to work out the relevance with it here, because it's like, so we saw the backstory, which is cool, like the baby's head smelled like lavender, and you saw the bond that she had, and obviously how it affected her so much when he was gone, and then, you know, to slitting her wrists in the bath and everything. I'm still like a little puzzled as to how the measles thing is playing in here. I guess it's just the irony they're trying to point out. What do you guys think?
Not sure what the measles thing. I think there's like an overall message in that, because a lot of people now aren't doing the vaccinations. But yeah, I think there's yet to be more of her backstory explained. I feel like we're missing a little.
Yeah, I think we got a lot to go. But
because I wonder how they even got together, and the fact she just doesn't seem to love him really at all.
Yeah.
So like, what was their circumstance? And she didn't even want to have kids, and then she ends up having kids, and
yeah.
So
She strikes me as like a cold kind of character. But anyway, more importantly, Naomi Campbell enters. And what the hell?
Yeah.
So it's like Max Greenfield was dead at the start, but then he's got put in the mattress and he was alive.
That was the thing that confused me, because, okay, we saw him getting violated by the addiction demon.
That's a cute way of putting it.
That's my very PC way of doing this, in case there's anybody younger watching, which hopefully they're not, almost. But so he had all that happen to him. We see him wake up underneath the bed at one point, and then Sally is sewing him up in the mattress the last episode, and that's all we see from him. And all of a sudden he's attacking her from outside of it. So obviously he's not dead, because I thought dead people can't leave the hotel. Is one of the things, right?
Sure, and then he just slaughters poor, gorgeous Naomi Campbell, well-aged Naomi Campbell, and then
she'll always stay the same age.
And then
she's
exactly right. So it's like then he attacks her, then he dies. Like then he died in the emergency room. So why then? And he didn't. I mean, I didn't see her fight back or anything. But it's like he stabbed her to death, and then he died. So how does that work? What do you think?
I'm not sure. The thing is then if he didn't die inside the hotel, can he come back, or did he actually die in there? And part of the reason he died was because he left the hotel, or I don't know.
Many questions.
Because it ended, it cut right when he flatlined.
Yeah.
So they didn't show any like trying to revive him or any of that.
No.
So I wonder if he's like gone completely, or if he's gonna do a doop doop and come back.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a weird kind of like, yeah, I thought he was like that too, and then he's out of the hotel.
And
yeah,
I know,
he's
like,
in the hospital.
in Murder House, some of the dead people were able to leave at certain points, but I think the main part was you're not able to leave that space.
Sure.
I think it was on Halloween they were able to leave.
This is a real big one that keeps coming in. It's about can the ghosts leave or come inside? But next question for you guys. Would you rather have your tongue nailed to a table or be impaled and stuck over someone in a bed? Like the first episode.
Oh, and glued into them?
And glued into them.
I think I'd rather have my
Can you imagine watching someone nail your tongue into a table?
No, but I can't imagine being glued into anybody either.
Yeah, it's...
With your eyes, and I think even his tongue was taken out, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. We were actually supposed to get that guy on the show, and I would have loved to have talked to him. He's an Aussie guy named Scott Carmill, and he was great. He just couldn't, through his contract, he wasn't
Cat got his tongue.
Okay.
Yeah.
He couldn't speak.
But I feel like we're really, with the Ten Commandments killer, we're sort of like, I don't know, does it feel like it's brushing over it pretty quickly? Like it'll be like, oh, you know, there's this crazy murder scene, and then all of a sudden it's back to the drama of the hotel. I feel like it's, I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you feel like it's sort of brushing through it pretty quickly?
I think so too. I don't have really too much of an idea of who I think is doing it. Originally I thought maybe it's Kathy Bates' character, and she's kind of acting out because her son's not paying attention to her, and she thought what he was doing is a sin in terms of all the drugs and probably all the sex that he was having, and just not paying attention to her, not honoring thy mother or thy father, so maybe she thought to kind of go out and do that. But then we saw Sally make that comment. But again, if we're going in the ghosts can't leave, she can't be the one doing it.
Yeah.
So who's the person completing all these murders?
And I'm sorry, you go.
No, I was just gonna say they're definitely kind of creating a smart like little traces of what's going on, because she makes the comment she can't leave, somebody else who could leave did that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really kind of being smart about.
Yeah, and I mean, no one would think it's like Evan Peters, right?
No, because he's
Well,
dead.
I mean, we still don't know the rules, though.
Yeah, we don't know the rules
He doesn't
at all.
strike me as the guy that would care too much about breaking the Ten Commandments, right?
No, he was going to kill God and religion the other
I know.
day, too.
Anyway.
Maybe he figured that out in American Horror Story
Yeah.
land and was able to do whatever he wants.
Oh my God. And anyway, guys, just a reminder, we are filming live right now, so make sure you tune in and hit us up on Twitter with the hashtag AHSAS, and we will hit you back, and we'll be reading your questions in just a minute. But yeah.
And also the live chat. I have
also
the live chat on.
She's
so.
Kristen's killing it.
I'm on
But so the next one, guys, the next part. So Finn Whitrock or Tristan Duffy, and him getting all this power and bringing a knife in and trying to kill
Will Drake.
Will Drake. I'm like bouncing from like actor names to character names. Will Drake. Then what? Lady Gaga comes in, and there's all that. Like what's going on?
Gotta love her. She just like stands in the door and she goes, no. And everybody just stops and listens to her.
She's killing it. What do you think of Lady Gaga as an actor?
I think she's really good. She's one of those people that just like super talented. So clearly talented singer, musician, and I had a feeling before the show even aired that she was just gonna kill it. So
Yeah.
she's good. Yeah, and she just has like a commanding thing about her that's perfect for that part. So, yeah, she just gave him the nod, like.
Yeah, and he's like, puts it
Even
back.
some of the filming too. I mean, you were saying with your scene, even the whole thing's a steady cam. I feel like that kind of very stylistic quality is something that is part of a music video almost, and so it's probably a very easy transition. This is a good show for her to go on that way.
Yeah, everything just looks like a Lady Gaga music video, right? It's like not.
Yeah,
it's not a crazy transition really for her. It doesn't
like
look that foreign.
Part A of Bad Romance.
But what does look foreign, and our next point is. Was Bentley getting like a weird crying handjob from Sarah Paulson in an elevator and then her disappearing? Getting so weird, and you just commented as soon as that scene ended, Franco just goes, she's just so talented, right?
She is. You guys have seen her in the previous stuff. She every scene she's in, if you watch her, and obviously I'm kind of on where I watch the actors what they're doing as far as acting. She just kills it on every scene. And on that particular one, she's kissing him. You can tell like the tear comes out. It was very well done, like erotic. You can tell he was getting like aroused from it.
Yeah. He wasn't restraining too hard, was he? He's like, oh no, you undid my zipper.
Yeah, and then she, bloops, disappeared.
You knew it was going to happen, right? We all knew she was going to disappear. When the
she can't leave, yeah.
When the lights started flickering,
Yeah.
she was out.
I was kind of wondering that because he could have still taken the elevator to the lobby and taken her out that way. So the fact that she's able to just disappear herself wherever she wants almost in this hotel, I thought that was interesting. I think it would have almost been better if he had dragged her to the door and then she's either not able to go in, or if she starts to walk out, it pulls her back in. They used to do stuff like that for True Blood.
Yeah.
Like if any of the vampires would get kicked out of something,
They would
push
get
them out the
sucked right
front.
out.
So I'm kind of waiting to see, when do we see that moment where something gets really close?
Yeah, it really defines the rules, so we can see exactly what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
Next one for me, I guess, is main point. Matt Bomer and Kathy Bates. God, he's been dramatic on this one, right? Like,
Poor Kathy. And there's a lot there. We were talking about it that we obviously don't know, because he has this huge hatred for her, and she seems a bit overbearing. And I can understand, like, when you're a teenager, you know, you have this teen angst towards your mom, like,
sure.
Just leave me alone. But it feels like something happened with the dad that we didn't get to explore as much as I would have liked to have done that. And then I feel like she did something crazy. I mean, even the fact that Liz Taylor is like, your mom's a nutbag, but she's never going to love you more than anybody else. And it's like, we've seen her be kind of weird, but I don't think of her, she's not James March.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. So it makes me just wonder, like, what has Iris done
Yes.
to him?
What?
Could the backstory be here?
Yeah, and I think they're gonna go back to that, hopefully, to kind of fill in, because he had that, I can't let her die.
Yeah, but
enough for him to cut himself. And,
He really hated her, though. I mean, to tell your mom to die and that he's always hated her and all that. I mean, she's got to have done something pretty horrible, you know. And even Dennis O'Hare was like, "Look, your mother is horrible, but you know this, that, and the other." Like, so there is definitely a story that we're going to see, and I think whatever it is, Kathy Bates will kill it because she's amazing as a good character, and she's even better as an evil character.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I'm excited. I'm excited
Was
for this
anybody else,
one.
though, when I was watching, I think I even yelled it at one point, I was like, why is she killing herself in this hotel? Like, if she wants to die and, like, meet, you know, whatever's on the other side, I would think she would realize, like, killing yourself in the hotel is not the right place to do it, because she's not going to die.
Yeah.
She's going to be dead, but she's going to be stuck there forever. Like, why would she want to be stuck there? Does she just like the pain of it all?
because she said she wanted just the black silence of death.
But yeah, well, that's what she's
Sally's
saying.
dead,
So it's
and
like,
And
She doesn't have
she's
black
doing it in the
silence.
hotel.
so
Yeah, it didn't make
I mean,
sense
there must
to
be
me.
rules. But did you see how Sarah Paulson was like, "Look, have you got any unfinished business? Because if you do, sort it out before I kill you, because I don't want you haunting my shit or whatever."
Oh, okay.
So does that say? Do we have some rules here? If you have unfinished business, does that mean you're not allowed to pass on to the next life? We've all seen movies that's the concept of it, right?
Well, and it makes sense too, because a lot of the people that we know who are dead there, you know, March had unfinished killings, so
Yeah.
it's not good business. But and Sally was in the middle of doing her drug business, and so maybe it is something like that.
And then
and
the other thing
answers,
is,
Ryan
do
Murphy.
we feel like Ryan Murphy just does what he wants, and then we have to come up with rules around it? Like, I feel like, you know how, like, we were like, oh, you know, can vampires do this? Can this happen? Like, oh, can they leave the hotel? What happened in the first season? They were allowed to leave it then. Do you ever think that Ryan Murphy just does whatever the hell he feels like and then just lets the audience put it together?
I think some writers leave room for the audience to kind of guess.
Yeah.
And some don't. Some are like, no, I want exactly.
Yeah.
But he's such a sharp guy that he might just be doing that, or
Yeah.
later on he'll explain, like, we'll see what the rules are.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like they haven't. Do you know what episode they're up to filming?
I think they're like 8.
I mean, they're only 8 episodes in, you know, and we've just seen 3 of them. Like, who knows when these rules could change? You know, I mean, and I know a lot of it would be like, obviously Ryan Murphy's checking out all the ratings and checking out all the comments that are coming in. You'd think he'd be like, geez, people did not take kindly to that. I might tweak that a little bit later.
I think he does.
Yeah.
He's completely interactive on Twitter and stuff like that. So I think if he does hear that something's not working, that's probably part of the reason he films with this particular schedule, is so that he can tweak stuff, which is pretty cool. You know, instead of just having it in the bag and being like, that's what it is. you know?
Definitely.
Yeah, but I think there's something cool to leaving a little room for the audience to go, can you get out of the hotel?
Yeah.
Can you not?
for sure.
Because that would also fill in what's going on with the crime, what's going on with the tongue
Yeah. The
thing, that everyone that was killed. Yeah, so I think that's also kind of, if he's doing it by choice, it's kind of a smart idea.
Exactly. I mean, he's got so many loose ends to tie up before the end of the season. There's so much going on. So I'm sure he's tweaking a couple of things, just gauging how people are responding. But next thing, so lesson 1 we learned from this episode is what not to say when you're making out with your wife, when you're just getting her back.
Yeah, and
Say the line.
When you lost your child, let's make a third baby. Let's make another baby.
Bro.
Let's make a child. Ooh.
That was horrible. We all cringed on that.
Yeah.
First of all, I mean, not too explicit, but there's like a lot of blue balls going on in that hotel tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Will Drake had it happen twice. You know.
Totally. Wes Bentley, I mean,
John had it twice,
Yeah,
as well. I was just like, man, these poor guys. Like, the shower's going to be like.
Yeah, so I guess that's probably, I mean, obviously, like, Chloe Sevigny, she's just a great actress. But the character is just frustrating me. I mean, she's obviously a really tortured soul. Obviously, any of us would be if we lost a child.
She's very monotone, too, throughout the whole thing. Even explaining her child dying, and I think, well, probably after the child died, she just kind of died with it to an extent.
She's a very, like, tortured soul, a bit of a depressed character. I'm still figuring her out. I don't really like her, so drop the mic if I had one.
If you guys, I'm just going to plug a different show. I'm not in it. Bloodline on Netflix, she's in it.
Oh,
she's
right.
Amazing. Now, Bloodline, if anyone saw it, or they can watch it. She's completely different, but always like an interesting character. But if you like hate her on one, she's such a good actor.
I don't hate her, but I'm just saying I don't quite love this character more so than any others that I've seen.
Yeah,
right?
but she does have a caring thing that I've seen her in a few characters that she does. Is always like there's a caring, even though it might be cold.
Sure.
Kind of underneath, there's a caring thing.
And I mean, just exactly that. Like we saw her. She was literally the last scene we saw her in. She was standing in front of Holden. So how's that going to work out? And he even said like mommy. So
that's the title of the episode.
The title of the episode. Good call. I was expecting her to sort of like pass out or do something dramatic, but how's that going to play out?
Stared. Well, we mini spoiler alert is that they showed the previews for next week, and it looks like the Countess is speaking with Alex about Holden. So I think. Somebody had asked, actually on the live feed, do you think the Countess will turn Alex into a vampire? And my thought was, I don't think so, because she's going to want Holden to herself, because even Angela Bassett said that the only thing that the Countess cares about are these little children. So she's not going to let anybody in that area who's going to fight her on
What
that.
if there's some twisted twist where, for lack of a better word, where she offers for Chloe Sevigny to turn her into a vampire as well?
I just don't feel like she would.
I agree.
It could happen.
Yeah.
I just don't think she doesn't like competition of any sort. We saw what she did, to Moses and that whole group in the music studio. So. Oh
man, that was crazy. But getting onto that, so we haven't even spoken about her yet. So. What's her name? Ramona Royale, enter Angela Bassett.
God, I love
What
her.
did everyone think? I thought she was
How
awesome.
fabulous is she? Like, she pulls a knife from her afro.
Yeah.
Like, she's like the only person that could pull it off.
So good. I love the way she entered, just like tasered him straight up. I thought it was quite funny, like with Matt Bomer, how she, she has him tied to the chair. She tells this big crazy story, which I thought was awesome, her being like a Hollywood star. And then he's like, she dumped me last Tuesday. She doesn't question it. Doesn't take it as like, is this guy just trying to get away from me? This goes, just unbuckles and goes, get out. Because she obviously knows that the Countess doesn't mess around, right?
Well, and I think also, I don't think guys like to say when they got dumped. So if he's willing to tell her that, it must be true. More than likely.
Yeah, right. But I mean,
I feel like
I would be saying anything to get out of a situation like that.
Yeah, but he kind of said it. It sounded really truthful. He just said, she broke up with me last Tuesday, and she just said, like you said, just all right, you can go.
You are no use to me.
Yeah, she didn't say, "Are you lying?" It was just great.
She just was like, you know what? Yeah, did not hesitate for a second there, did she?
She doesn't even want to use him for his good looks. She's just like, get out.
Yeah, she's like, you get out of there. Great looking guy, by the way. All right, guys. I'm going to hold her right there. We'll be right back. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back in a few minutes. Stick around.
in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, this is for you.
I love it. That was freaking loud.
Oh my God.
I didn't see any of this coming. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah?
I was like,
How did you get here? No.
Kill him. Kill him. Definitely kill him. We're cool.
Shade. Shade left and right, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies, let's put your 2 cents in.
Rubbed me the wrong way and the right way.
but you were like, well, we want to know what's gonna happen.
That was cute.
We just want to say we love you all. Thank you so much for your support. You are all seriously the best in the world. and we
Another
appreciate
beautiful
you so
summer
much.
at the stream.tv, y'all.
Here we go, guys.
Thank you for being here. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the American Horror Story After Show on the stream.tv. Things have gotten serious. We're going to chill out a little bit and going to do some YouTube shout-outs. We really appreciate you guys. Just the amount of comments that are happening underneath each of our episodes every week is amazing, and I literally learn new things every week, even a lot about drugs from last week. So thanks a lot for that. I really appreciated it. The first is Dave G. You're the man. The next one is SHAHFX. I'm sure there's an American Horror Story reference in there somewhere. Mixez, M-I-X-E-Z. Then Dennis James, you've been chatting away, teaching us some awesome stuff. Thanks, brother. And then Cheshire Cat, you've been beautiful.
You guys are great. We love reading the comments. And if you comment on there, or if you also use the hashtag AHSAS on Twitter, tweet us, and we're definitely
We're just chatting away
conversation.
all week.
Love it.
I cannot stop thinking about it, and I'm always just tweeting people back and forth about this stuff because
Well, I even took a quiz the other day where it was like, okay, what American Horror Story season do you belong in? And I belong in Hotel, apparently.
oh really?
That's cool.
That seems like a real quality
I think it
use
was-
of time there that I would definitely be doing too.
I'll have to take it. I need to know what you guys are going to be on there.
I think it's cool that you guys just have the live chat and you can. People ask questions.
Dude,
you can.
it's
you
great,
can
man. It's
reply right
like
away. Yeah,
everyone's
it's
just
really
nerding
cool.
out together. It's awesome. But speaking of which, we have some fan questions that you guys have sent in. Kristin is going to bring
Ready
up the
for
first
the
one for you. All right.
Twitter. All
We
right,
have,
it worked. Yes, it's my first time, you guys, with this.
Perfect. All right, guys. So the first fan question comes in from @NallyAngelis_25, and she says, "Quick question: why is Sally always crying?" Great question.
She always has wet marks underneath her eyes, or she starts crying. Is that a drug thing?
Oh, man, it's
Maybe.
like, are they? Okay.
I
so
mean,
here's
she is dead. I'd be
here's the
sad
question.
I'm dead
It's
in
like-
a hotel the whole time.
Exactly. Are they? I mean, are they stuck in the same state that they were killed in? I mean, she was thrown out of a building, so I don't think she even had time to cry. I don't know.
She's making
How's
up for
that?
lost time. Is that
How's
what you're
that?
saying?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know that one, but I know for an actor when you have to cry on camera, it's so hard to do, especially when she's like being seductive. That's one of the hardest things is to try to cry and do something else other than just be sad.
I mean,
So-
yeah, she's. Do you reckon- Would they be real tears, or like are they just like spraying her face? Or
It seems to me like they're real, but there is something called a tear stick, which is basically some actors do it when they just can't get themselves to cry. It's like almost like menthol.
Okay.
It looks like a little chapstick, and you just put it here, and within like 30 seconds, you just start crying. It's like chopping an onion.
really?
Yeah, and you start crying.
That's great.
But it seems
she
like she can
also
kind of
has-
do it like at the right
Yeah.
moment, so I don't think
So I
she
mean,
uses
she's
that.
crying
Yeah.
while she's giving a guy a hand job in an elevator. So that's.
Yeah. So I don't think
mean,
she uses
I don't
that. I
know.
didn't mean to imply she
I'm-
does. She's just
yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
I'm no acting connoisseur, but that seems like talent to me.
And it still
She's
turned him
amazing.
on.
So I think we
She's doing
deviated
something right.
completely away from that question, but I hope you got something from it. All right, question 2. You got this one. It's from @Weird4.
The real question is, does anyone check out of that hotel?
I'm gonna say negative.
No, and if they do, I mean, we saw what happened to Max Greenfield. He died. He flatlined.
Flatline.
He died.
Yeah, right. So we have to think about who's going in and coming out. So obviously, like Angela Bassett and Will Drake have gone in.
Oh, yeah.
She's died. It seems like he's not far off. As soon as the Countess, we actually skipped over that. As soon as the Countess marries him, Kind of
Yes.
cool to see some background there.
She gets all of his money.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, we saw Scarlett go in and come out. We've seen Wes Bentley go in and come out, but I feel like it's all leading to something, right?
Well, and the hotel brings them back in. Even Angela Bassett, she was there for so long, and then she, you know, checked out for a while, but she's gonna end up back there.
So I don't even know if it's not even really a black and white question. I mean, that could very well be no in the end. I mean, I guess we'll have to wait till the end of the season, but there's a good chance that maybe no main character could come out. I don't know.
That's
What do you think, bro?
very possible.
Yeah.
But you want your character to check in, because then you'll be on the show longer, which is good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every actor just wants to keep coming back for more episodes.
All right, guys. Fan question 3. You got it. We have at 6_the_b-boy. Question.
B-boy.
Sorry?
Oh, I did my Chicago.
Oh,
Duh,
nice.
B-boy.
Nice. I'm not cool enough for that. I'm from Australia. Question. Is everyone on AHS Hotel dead, or am I missing a portion of it? I think you are missing a portion of it, because I mean, as far as we know, not everyone's dead.
Well, because we know Max Green, well, he might be now, but he wasn't when he was there. And we know that Iris isn't, because she was trying to kill herself.
Sure.
John's not, as far as we know.
We got the whole family.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go straight up no on that one.
Do you guys think Liz Taylor's dead? Because that one I'm not sure about yet.
Oh, man, that's such a good question. I can't wait to get more insight into that little nugget of
I
gold.
don't know about her, and I agree with you. I don't think everyone in the hotel is dead. Or everyone basically is dead.
But we'll see. That's actually a really relevant question. There are no dumb questions in this at all, because anything is possible, it seems. But we're going to jump to some Twitter shout-outs. We have at... Oh, man, you're killing me with these names. This is, well, it's actually Destiny Brown. We've been tweeting today. You're a legend, and your Twitter handle is at DESSILU09. Thank you so much. Black Irish Rye, our boy, tweeted in last time. He's been tweeting all week. Legend, thanks so much, man. And at It's Corey Weston, who's also been shedding a lot of light on things we didn't already know. So do really appreciate it. I think that is actually all we have time for. Do you have anything else?
I want to know what upcoming projects you have.
Yes.
I just shot something for a lot of like the actors that are coming up. You always hear like write your own stuff. So I just shot something called Monkey in the City with my friend Kenny Liu, and he just guest starred on NCIS. So yeah, it's just writing your own stuff, and I have a romantic comedy, a short film that I wrote that hopefully we'll start filming here in a few months.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's gonna have a mansion in it. It's gonna have some horses.
Excellent. Then just crossing the fingers for another Ryan Murphy callback, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
So,
all right, man. Well, thank you so much for coming and chatting with us. Super interesting to hear everything you had to say about the show. All the best with everything that's coming up.
Thank you. Thank you, likewise.
Franco
We hope to
Barbaras,
see you
everyone.
later in another episode.
Sure. Yeah, and I wanted to say something too, just a real quick thing about, I know people give to charity, and if anyone wants to give to a really good charity, the Wounded Warrior Project is one of the really good ones to give to. Some of these guys come out of the military, and they have years of therapy and stuff to work through. So if you're thinking about giving something to any charity, just look up Wounded Warrior Project.org, and it's just a great organization.
Sounds great,
Really
man.
good,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Since your background, I have family in military as well, so
Yeah. Cool,
Good
guys.
cause,
All right,
yes.
well, we'll leave it at that. Thanks again, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
You've been watching the American Horror Story After Show on thestream.tv. My name is Xavier Brinkman.
I'm Kristin Carole.
And make sure, again, you tweet us at AHSAS. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, that's right. I do. I'm Franco Barberis. You're watching American Horror Story After Show on the Stream TV. Stream.tv. Okay. Hi, I'm Franco Barberis, and you're watching American Horror Story After Show on the Stream.tv.
Awesome. And then one more with just saying the Stream.tv, not.
And you're watching. Okay.
Yeah, you're watching.
Sure.
Stream.tv.
Hi, I'm Franco Barberis, and you're watching the Stream.tv.
Cool. Thanks.
Awesome.
Memorization skills coming.
Oh my God, yeah, for commercials.
You're in the small minority that get it right. One take.
Must be from the large amount of commercials that I've had to memorize in my head.